I posted 48 YouTube shorts in 4 days, and in this video, I'm gonna share with you what happened and did I reach my goals? Stay tuned for the answer. My goal for doing this was to figure out if there was a way to use YouTube Shorts to get watch hours on my wide format videos for the purpose of helping speed along my journey towards getting monetized as a YouTuber. I'm about a quarter of the way towards monetization with my watch hours and about a third of the way towards YouTube monetization with my number of subscribers. I'm working my way towards the goal, and I wanted to figure out if I could use YouTube Shorts to help me get there. In all of my past experiments, YouTube Shorts have never been able to help me get watch hours on wide format videos. And in this video, I'm going to tell you about some new things I did and whether or not they work. As part of this experiment, this included actually doing videos specifically for YouTube Shorts with the intent to make an appeal to the watcher to check out the wide format video, to encourage them to go click the related link and move over to the full video. And we're going to dive into how effective that was or wasn't in this video. Before I dive in, I want to share with you the 4 formats I use for my YouTube Shorts. Got this first format. This is my normal podcast episode clip with branding. The second format, number 2, is taking the audio from a podcast clip and using an interesting stock video. In this case, someone playing an electric guitar, but I had 12 of them, so it was 12 different clips and 12 different audios. The third format is a block of text over a video. These are short clips that, as people are reading, play over and over. They seem to be pretty popular, so I wanted to test it out myself. My fourth format was the one I mentioned earlier, a direct appeal. It was my experiment. I thought maybe if I ask people to go watch the video instead of just hoping they will, maybe they actually will. Maybe that'll be the magic that I was missing from YouTube Shorts to get people to watch my other videos. We'll dive into whether or not that worked. Those were the 4 formats. The first format is the one I've done the most on my channel. I've got tons and tons of those. So I have a lot of history, and people that have watched my shorts are probably used to that type of clip. These other ones are newer ones. And what were the results of these 48 videos? Let's look at the numbers. YouTube short stats. Total views, 17,441. Engaged views was 4,895. 22% of people stayed to watch. It generated 19.85 watch hours. I got 1 new subscriber, and I generated 6 video views on my wide format videos and 0 watch hours. Let's talk about those related video watch hours to start. I got 6 views, got 6 people to go from the short to the video, but no one stuck around after that. So maybe my videos weren't good enough. I don't know. But from what I found, it's very difficult to get people who are in the shorts feed to watch your other videos. And my new experiment of doing a direct appeal, it didn't work. My other formats, they didn't work. None of it worked. At the end of the day, I just don't have enough volume. I don't have enough views. I think I need to be, in terms of engaged views, at least 10,000 per video, maybe even more. And then I think there would be a possibility to get views on wide format videos. The number just has to be so high that it translates. And I'm just nowhere near that. YouTube Shorts are not a pathway for a small YouTuber, particularly myself, to get watch hours on my other videos. And I tried everything. I've tried it all, and nothing has worked. For this whole year, I've only gotten 0.7 watch hours from related YouTube short links to the wide format videos. Now, it's possible that the YouTube Shorts are having other positive effects for my channel. For example, people may show up in my audience profile, so they see my wide format on their homepage. So that's a possibility that they're seeing it that way. There's just no way to know that because there's no tracking mechanism in YouTube stats that I know of to be able to see that. Now, on the other front is the YouTube subscribers. I only got 1 subscriber. This actually surprised me because when I've done YouTube Shorts in the past, I've gotten a lot of subscribers. And so I always thought of it as a good way to get subscribers. It didn't help me with watch hours, but at least got me subscribers. And this experiment shows me that now the subscribers aren't even working. So maybe I just failed. I had bad videos. I don't know. But I did get a lot of views, so it wasn't entirely a flop. To give you a little contrast, all the YouTube Shorts I've done earlier this year, I've gotten 33 subscribers. And I didn't do as many YouTube Shorts. I don't know if that's a trend or if that's just this little pocket of time in my little experiment. We'll see if that persists. That could be a shift. Getting subscribers and watch hours, YouTube Shorts may not be the way to help you get there. There may be other strategies you want to employ as a small YouTuber to move towards monetization. Because if you're spending time on YouTube Shorts, it's an opportunity cost of what you could be spending on other videos to help you actually get towards monetization. I'll talk a little bit about my pivot, but before I do, let's talk about the other stats. So the 4 formats, how did we fare? The earlier published formats did better. So 1, 2 did the best, and then 3 and 4 were did the least. What is going on there? Because was it just simply that I posted them in the order? It just seems weird that number 1 did the best, number 4 did the worst. It also could just be the content didn't perform as well. And I actually use generative AI for formats 1 and 2 to figure out which clips to use to get the most traction on YouTube. And it picked out the clips from my podcast interview that were most likely to do that. So there was a lot more strategy in those first two formats, whereas format 3 and 4 were a little bit more ad hoc and just throwing stuff out there. So that could have been the factor. To watch, number 1 was 29%, number 2 was 22%, and then formats 3 and 4 were only 18%. And then engaged views, 2,500 for style 1, 1,500 for style 2, and then it dropped. For 3 and 4, I didn't even hit 1,000 between the two of them. And the watch hours, about 2 watch hours on format 3 and 1.4 on format 4. And then formats 1 and 2 got 16 of the watch hours. So definitely those first two formats did better. That first format did the best, which is interesting. Now, there's a couple possibilities of why this is. One, it might have been that I wasn't active on shorts and then I got real active. And so YouTube may have been giving me more of a push on formats 1 and 2 because they were just the first ones I published in a while. The second possibility is that my feed is primarily oriented around format number 1. They're just used to seeing that. So people in my feed that were watching those clips may have been more likely to keep watching them, whereas they may have been less likely to watch clips 2, 3, and 4 because they just weren't as used to them. Another possibility is the content was just more compelling, like I mentioned. And so maybe clips 1 and 2, just because I used the generative AI to come up with more of a strategic approach, maybe I just had better content and that made a difference. So if I spent more time on 3 and 4 with the strategic bent and the content I'm actually including, maybe they would perform a lot better. And ultimately, getting higher performance is the key for YouTube Shorts. Like, I need to get these videos performing at the highest level. I think my number 1 video was like 1,600 or 1,700 views. If they were all that way, that would have probably had a little bit more of an impact, but even that's not enough. I need it to be 10 times that to really make a dent in getting subscribers and watch hours on my wide format videos. If I can't get there with where I'm at, then it's probably gonna be better to spend my time on other things that are gonna move me towards monetization on YouTube much quicker than YouTube Shorts, which is really more of a distraction, it seems. What am I gonna do about YouTube Shorts going forward? My goal with YouTube Shorts has been to use it to help me get monetized, and I just cannot find a way to do that. If you don't know, watch hours from YouTube Shorts don't actually count towards the watch hours for monetization. They're separate. And so to actually get monetized from YouTube Shorts, you gotta have 4 million views, and it's really difficult to get there. So you have to have this scale. And if you have the scale to get watch hours on your normal videos, you probably have pretty good scale to maybe even get monetized. So what does this mean for YouTube Shorts for me going forward? I'm going to reorient my YouTube Shorts strategy. First, I'm going to lean more on the scale idea by creating shorts and distributing across my social media platforms. Essentially, I'll get scale by publishing the same video in 10 different places: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, so on. And I use a tool called SmarterQueue, so I can put the video in there and then it'll schedule it to YouTube and everywhere else. So I only have to put it in one place and then it goes everywhere. It's called SmarterQueue. I'll put the link in the description below if you want to check it out. It's an awesome tool. I love it. It also schedules other social media posts. So if you want to do text or image-based posts, you could do that as well. It'll help me create these videos, streamline the distribution of it. And then with my second pivot, which will be towards creating content that's going to have a direct impact. I have books like Path of the Freelancer and The Jump. I can actually do a lot of reels and shorts about these products that I have and maybe other products, affiliate products that I'm promoting. And I can use links to those or just promote them. And that way, if anyone sees the video, they might be interested in buying the book. And so there'll be a direct call to action to drive financial benefit. Whereas with the shorts, I was trying to publish them to get views and watch hours on my wide format videos so that I could get monetized. It's sort of this indirect strategy. And I'm just going to get more direct. Like, this is the video I'm doing. And then this is an arrow toward this thing, towards this product, towards promoting this thing, and not use it towards getting YouTube monetized, and use it as a way to build my own personal brand and brand awareness across the social media platforms. That's a little bit into my experiment about publishing 48 videos in 4 days. It was an interesting experiment to do. I got to test some things out, created some new formats. I didn't accomplish anything close to my goal as far as getting monetized, but I did learn some things, and hopefully this is helpful for you. YouTube Shorts are just not really a good way for normal wide format YouTubers to get monetized, but without that scale, it still may not be worth it. We'll see what happens, but that's where I'm at. I'm Jason Scott Montoya, and I'll see you on the next video.
Are you a freelancer struggling to get clients and sustain an income? Check out Jason Montoya's book, Path of the Freelancer, where he provides the blueprint for mastering freelancing and sustaining a business of one. Start generating a 6-figure freelancing income